Hi YouTubers, it is I, Hellgear, and this is my Steven Universe The Movie review. This just concluded in a good majority of the US, and at the time of my recording this, I'm fresh out of all of it. So, if you are watching this right now, as well as the movie, please wait until you have concluded the whole duration of the movie. And then share your experiences of the Steven Universe movie in the comment section below, as well as any agreements or disagreements you may have about my movie review. I'd love to hear them, and I hope to hear your thoughts and insights and what you rate the movie as well. So, let's get down into it. First and foremost, can we just say congratulations to Rebecca Sugar and her cast and crew of animators, writers, and VAs for doing this series the most amount of justice as humanly possible. I mean, bravo to all of you. And I mean that sincerely, not just being some obsessed fan dude or whatnot. But I do watch this, and frankly, this is one of the better cartoons on Cartoon Network, especially of the PG rating. I'm not sure if this movie was PG rated like the show. Probably was, but didn't get that far. All I know is it took up 3 hours of Cartoon Network's time slot, but the movie was 2.5 hours long. The remaining 30 minutes of filler were just a series of special and exclusive shorts never before seen. Some are funny, some are unique. One has Steven chilling right next to a Nintendo GameCube. Good stuff right there. You know it's good stuff when you got the cartoon character chilling next to a Nintendo GameCube. And it's purple too, the original colored Nintendo GameCube. Now before this movie even came to pass, Cartoon Network and Rebecca Sugar Studio dropped some art showing off the new Jem. And at first glance, when I saw her, she reminded me of XJ9, aka Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot. And I'm not the only one who saw this. Other people who know this cartoon series, My Life as a Teenage Robot, did shot-for-shot comparisons showing off her art of the movie and then of Jenny herself. Very, very accurate. So if that's a knock to Jenny and XJ9, great job. You did it justice. Anyway, this new Jem is our antagonist to the film, but to those of you who are new and missed out on the entire series of Steven Universe up to this movie, and you're like, who is Steven Universe and how has he impacted the world? That's okay. The beginning of this movie does the housekeeping. They tell you about Steven, they tell you about his accomplishments so far, and then our movie begins. Contrary to how he appears in the cartoon and the previous movies, Steven is 16 years old, and peace has been restored. So he wants to live his happy, regular life on Earth. And it's great. Just like any textbook movie, there's a lot of singing. So much more singing than cartoons and previous episodes. In fact, the singing that goes on in this movie felt a bit like a Disney film, even though it's a Cartoon Network Studios film. But hey, copying, great artists copy, as Van Gogh said, great artists copy. Then, oh no, good artists copy, great artists steal. And it was well stolen. Good old Vincent Van Gogh. Anyway, as Steven and his crew are getting ready to enjoy the peaceful, happy lives that have been struggled upon and built, that's when the new Jem comes into town with the sole purpose of getting rid of Steven. Yup, another Jem with the vendetta of ousting our 16-year-old hero. And when we finally saw her, a lot of people were like, yeah, that's definitely Jenny. But as I saw the new Jem moving around with all of her stretchy and form-changing appearances and wielding one really wicked weapon, she reminded me of another character, Peacock from the game Skullgirls. I know my nephew was waiting for me to say this, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, I like her. It's Jenny, but she moves like Peacock from Skullgirls. And he's all like, I'm glad somebody else figured this out. She's all that kind of toony, and her take by social media was very, very well. Because even though she has that evil to her, she's also got that cute. And then we get the events that unfold revolving around the new gem, whose name is Spinel. I'm not going to ruin a good chunk of what happens during Steven's taking of Spinel, but the series of events that follow, they're really good. The animation was top-notch and very exceptional, as like all the episodes of the cartoon. Sure, you get through all the singing and whatnot, because it's much better than regular filler. They put in a song for filler instead of just like 2 minutes of freaking dialogue for plot development. They'll just sing about it, which is good, because I'd rather hear a 2-minute song about plot development than 2 minutes of monologue, dialogue, whatever kind of log, where they're just filling up the time space by speaking about everything. Now, if there's one thing that I can say wrong about this movie, and there is very little that you can say this movie went wrong. In fact, there really isn't much to say on where this movie went wrong, except for one thing to me, and that was, as I'm watching this, I'm literally predicting every turn of events that happens. Perhaps that's just my curse of having conceptual storytelling as a college class, but I was able to essentially predict every last event in this movie except for one. And when movies are predictable, they're not as enjoyable or as entertaining as a movie that you can't predict. But the one part that I didn't predict, I was actually pretty surprised, especially since other fans of the show knew exactly what that was. And if you've been following my tweet on Twitter, you probably know exactly what that part was. Let's be real, Rebecca Sugar and her team are no strangers for cramming the envelope down your throat about homosexuality and those norms. They did it with Garnet. They've done it other times as well. And it doesn't really matter. It was taken quite well. It still is taken well. And all the events that go on in this movie were very much liked. In fact, my personal favorite scene from this movie was the rock concert that happens. And, yeah. When we finally figure out Spinel's deal, everything makes sense. It falls into the line of textbook Steven Universe. Not exactly to a T, but it falls in line with how things work with him. You know. Is the formula broken? No. Does it need fixing? No, but they fixed it anyway, and it worked. They just, well, if I'm going to use gemology terms, they polished the stones, as it were. And man, after that polishing, they became glistening. I mean, real glistening. But of all the songs, it's the song, as you can see on the marquee, True Kinda Love, that is the best song of the whole movie. It is the best song of the movie. Not just because Garnet's doing the vocals, but the beat is just amazing. Hey, Rebecca Sugar, if this beat has a CD that people can purchase, please let us know on your Twitter page. Get some more of that good ducats, because everybody will be like, Fry, shut up and take my money. I can't believe I said that, but it's true. Now, many people are starting to wonder, is this going to be the same fate as the Hey Arnold Jungle movie? Is this truly the end of the Steven Universe series? Or was this just a one-time thing? You know, personally, I would like to see more of 16-year-old Steven and, you know, the rest of his adventures. But if this movie is, in fact, the end of Steven Universe as a series, first and foremost, I'm going to be sad to see it go. Because between the Adventure Time ending and this movie, if this movie is the ending to Steven Universe, like the Jungle movie was essentially the series end to Hey Arnold, that's going to be a sad blow. Even if you do watch, and when you do watch, the re-syndicated episodes of Steven Universe. Now, if Rebecca Sugar and her team decide, well, this isn't the end and we're going to have some more new episodes, hell yeah, go for it. You know, sure, the movie was predictable to me, but I still had a good time, not only with it, but the 30 minutes of animated shorts that followed the movie. Which is why I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Had this not been as predictable as I would have had it, it would have got the perfect score. But, you know, when a movie is predictable almost to a T, again, it's not as entertaining. Those are my thoughts, and this concludes my review of the Steven Universe movie. Again, if you agree with or disagree with anything I may have said in this review, let me know in the comment section below, as well as share your thoughts of this movie, as well as your favorite part of the movie, in the comment section below. Yeah, I didn't give up spoilers, because that's not my lick, and no, I don't have any clips of the movie because I'm not getting copyright hit. So I do hope that you enjoy it, and if you are currently watching the movie while having this review in one ear, I sure hope I didn't spoil it for you. But for now, I take my goose from the oven because I'm done. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.